Well, as Melbourne enters its fourth week of stage 4 lockdowns, we keep being told, aren't we, that we're all in this together. But it appears tough coronavirus rules don't apply to everyone. Furious residents near the medically supervised injecting room in inner city North Richmond, this is in Melbourne, claim there's no let-up in the use of illegal drugs. They regularly see users in groups, drug deals on the streets, and a strong 8 p.m. curfew being breached. People travelling, obviously, from more than 5 kilometres away to deal and use illegal drugs. I drive past there quite often myself, and I have seen it as well. Sky News reporter Gabriella Power has prepared this special report tonight.
We're all told to keep 1.5 metres apart, but not everyone is playing by the rules. Huddling together with masks hanging around their necks, drug users from all over Melbourne come to North Richmond. Frightened locals do not feel safe.
There's not a trip to the supermarket or to the chemist that goes that goes without having a degree of risk to it.
Mark Suffor lives near the medically supervised injecting room with his wife and 6-month-old daughter. He says users travel to the area to buy drugs. They're given needles from the facility, but many choose to shoot up in the streets.
It's not uncommon to see people doing deals on the street or, I can't tell you the amount of times we've been woken up in the middle of the night from people screaming or yelling. It's a health issue that needs to be addressed in the community, but it's a safety issue for us.
While most of Melbourne abides by the difficult lockdown laws, Mark says he witnesses people breaching them every day, and he's not alone. Hundreds of residents want the injecting room moved. Christine Maynard has lived in the area for 20 years. She says the drug crisis is spiralling out of control.
As residents, we see human faeces, we see vomit, there's urination, and you can go along and see swabs with blood all over them. As a mother, I feel that this is just not appropriate, that my child has to see this. The injecting room is there for a reason, that people inject in it, but clearly the majority of people aren't using the injecting room. It's just a way that they can get their needles and the rest of their stuff that they need to do their business.
Residents here were already facing safety issues. Drug dealing and drug use regularly occurs on these streets, but coronavirus has exacerbated the problem. More users are travelling to North Richmond. They're gathering in groups and flouting social distancing rules.
Why do we have rules and then these people have different rules? And what I've been told is that they know that they can't pay the fine. And the thing is they can socially gather out the front, and they've been doing that the whole time. And we're not talking about 1 or 2 weeks, we're talking about 5 months now. At the end of the day, they shouldn't be coming here anyway because of the 5 kilometres, but no one seems to worry about that either.
2 positive cases have been confirmed at the facility, forcing it to temporarily shut. Premier Daniel Andrews is adamant it should stay open throughout stage 4.
That facility works. Is it universally popular? No. Do I really care? This is saving lives, and it'll stay open, and what's more, we're going to build a second one.
Shadow Minister for Health Georgie Crozier describes the decision as a double standard.
It's a huge health risk in relation to the transmission of COVID, and of course they're exempt from the 8 p.m. curfew. Why are they getting the exemptions in relation to this illegal drug activity?
North Richmond Community Health released a statement saying it works closely with Yarra City Council, DHHS and Victoria Police to help keep the local North Richmond community safe. But there's no denying tensions run high in the area. We experienced it firsthand.
We were just in the street opposite the medically supervised injecting room and we were attacked. We had cans of food thrown at us, verbal threats. We quickly managed to leave. We've called the police. Thankfully, no one was injured and we are safe.
Members of the North Richmond community continue to live in fear.
Right, let's bring Gabriella Power now. Gab, the Premier says this is a medically supervised injecting room and it's all about saving lives, but we know they go in to get their needles and they shoot up in the streets, they deal in the parks. There's hardly any medical supervision when they're doing all of that. This is about facilitating use. It's bringing the dealers and the addicts to the area so they can do their trade and little else.
Right, Peter. It's not really helping saving lives if most drug users are choosing to shoot up in the streets and not inside the supervised facility. The injecting room helps drug users access needles and it provides other health services, but residents in the area say it's a real honeypot effect, so it essentially attracts drug dealers and attracts drug users to the area. We witnessed antisocial behaviour ourselves and we're very lucky it was only food that was thrown at us. But Peter, we are in a pandemic and North Richmond members of the community have real fears for their health as well as they have fears for their safety, with drug users legally staying out until 9 p.m. and illegally staying out much later than that and are clearly flouting the social distancing rules.
Well, it's an excellent report, Gab. Thank you very much.